He stood there trembling, a legend mourning another legend. When Bill Cosby stepped up to that microphone at Malcolm Jamal Warner's funeral, no one expected what came next. Tears streamed down his face as he revealed a haunting truth, something the world had never heard before. And in that moment, even the cameras couldn't capture the full weight of what was said. But what did Cosby say? And why did his words leave even the strongest in the room speechless? The bond between Bill Cosby and Malcolm Jamal Warner wasn't just something created for the cameras. It was real, personal, and built over decades of love, mentorship, and shared struggle. From the moment they met on The Cosby Show, Malcolm wasn't just a co-star. He became like a son. And when news broke that Malcolm had suddenly passed away, the world gasped. But no one, absolutely no one, was more devastated than Bill Cosby himself. What unfolded at the private funeral stunned even those closest to the family. Cosby didn't just grieve. He spoke from a place of raw pain, exposing deep regrets, hidden memories, and the darker side of fame that followed them both. His tribute wasn't scripted. It was real. And for many, it finally revealed how close the two truly were and how far things had spiraled behind the scenes. In today's video, we're going deep. You'll hear never-before-heard accounts from people inside the funeral, witness reactions from co-stars like Felicia Rashad and Tempest Bledsoe, and learn about Malcolm's final days, including disturbing details many tried to keep buried. You won't believe what Bill Cosby said in that eulogy and why it left so many in tears. This is where it gets emotional, raw, and shocking. So stay with us till the end. You'll want to hear everything. From the very beginning of The Cosby Show, Bill Cosby took young Malcolm Jamal Warner under his wing, not just as a co-star, but as a father figure. Malcolm, who was only 14 when he first appeared as Theo Huxtable, quickly became the heart and soul of the Huxtable family on screen. But behind the scenes, the bond was even deeper. Insiders from the set often described how Cosby would spend hours with Malcolm after filming, teaching him about the television industry, personal branding, and perhaps most importantly, how to carry himself as a young black man in a world that often doesn't forgive mistakes. Cosby saw promise in Malcolm. He treated him like the son he always wanted, and Malcolm returned that loyalty with admiration and respect. In a 2012 interview, Malcolm even said, "Bill taught me how to be a man, not just how to act like one on TV." But as the years went on and scandals started to surround Cosby, their relationship was quietly strained. Malcolm, who built a clean and respected reputation in Hollywood, began to distance himself publicly, not out of hate, but out of self-preservation. Still, those who were close to both men say their emotional connection never truly faded. So when news broke that Malcolm had tragically passed away at just 54 years old in what some are still calling a mysterious drowning incident, Cosby reportedly collapsed in grief. Sources say he kept whispering, "Not my Theo, not my Theo." What happened next, no one expected. Bill Cosby, frail, aging, and deeply emotional, requested to speak at the funeral, and what he said would leave the entire room frozen in silence. The church was packed, cameras were kept out, but inside the atmosphere was electric with grief, confusion, and a haunting sense of finality. Hollywood elites, former castmates, longtime friends, and devoted fans had gathered to pay their final respects to Malcolm Jamal Warner, a man who had grown up in front of the world's eyes and remained respected through it all. But no one was prepared when an old trembling figure walked slowly to the pulpit. Bill Cosby, escorted by two aides, one on each arm. Cosby stood before the casket of the man he once called my TV son and looked out over the mourners with tear-filled eyes. Despite everything that had happened over the years, the trials, the convictions, the controversies, Cosby had returned for one reason: to speak about Malcolm. His voice cracked as he began. "I knew this young man before he had his first beard. Before the world called him a star, I called him my boy. Not my biological son, but something more, a son of spirit.